y'all doing? It is I, me, she, her, the caramel. What's going on, guys? We're here and we're live. Thank you guys for being here in the building. We have three. Do we have three people in the chat? Looks like. Thank y'all for being here. Oh, hi, sweet Lisa. Hello, how are you? See everybody coming in. Constance L, Nicole Honor. Hi. Say hi, Caramel. Hello, Melody McFadden. Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. We are here. Say hi, I'm here for it. Y'all know why we're here. We're here for the review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh my. Hey, hey, hey. She's Decor. Tasha Rains. Beautiful VIP Flame. All right now. I like that name. Yes, Lord. Y'all come on in here now. We are here for the review. Let's go ahead and get into it. PK Joe. Hi, Laverne Watford. I'm sorry if I mispronounced somebody's name. Y'all forgive me, honestly. I'm super duper tired. Ooh, I have been going to get it today. All right. Let's get into it. Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5, Episode 10. All right. That is what we're going to be reviewing today. All right. All right, so the episode picks up, you guys, where the ladies, they're still at the peace party with Stormy. All right, you guys know Destiny, Tisha, Mel, Stormy, Destiny's cousin, and Kimmy. They're all at the peace party, okay? All right, y'all forgive me if I sniffle. I got a little cold with being out in this weather. So then Mel actually tells Destiny that she spoke coming into Madonna. They're still on that. I'm sick and tired of hearing it, but we gotta talk about it. All right. Destiny stands firm on the fact that she did not hear Melody speak. Okay. Production, of course, rolled that beautiful bean footage and proved that Destiny was a liar once again. Okay. She said she didn't hear it. It was there. They showed it in the caption where Melody said, "Hi, Destiny," and she spoke. All right. So it showed that Melody did, in fact, speak to Destiny. All right, so then Stormy asked, after that particular situation, she says, now that you know that she spoke, Destiny, does that mean that does that change anything for you? Does that change anything? How do you feel? And Destiny was like, no, like that still doesn't change anything. And I'm just like, girl, at what point do you just let this situation go? Because it's kind of feeling like at this point, you're just looking for a moment, okay? Everybody has moved on past this except you. Okay, if she spoke, if she did not speak, what else is going on in your life to where you can move past this and talk about something else? Because everyone, including the viewers, they're tired of this shit. Melody is tired of hearing about it as well, okay? So, and of course, when she said it, of course, y'all already know it's with an attitude because that's how Destiny portrays herself. All right, so Mel kind of looks at Destiny and gave her, no reaction because she saw right through her pettiness, okay? Yeah, Melody saw through that pettiness. All right, so then Stormy grabs her chest as to gasp, like, oh my, when Destiny said no, like that doesn't change anything. All right, then Kimmy, she kind of shakes her head like, Lord, 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 Lord. Like everybody's sick of this. So I'm gonna give you everybody's reaction so you can kind of feel like you were there. All right, Tisha, she kind of lit up like a Christmas tree because, the drama between Destiny and Mel. Like she lives for that. Destiny is her friend. So she's like, oh, y'all got some beef going on? Oh, all right, let me sit back in my chair. So she kind of lit up like a good old Christmas tree over there, honey. And happy that Mel was being put on blast. That's pretty much how Tisha was feeling at the moment, honey. All right, so then Destiny, honey, asked Kimmy if she had heard Mel say hello. Kimmy, of course, said yes, she did hear it. She said, I heard that she did speak to you. She actually spoke to both of us. That's what Kimmy said. All right, so Kimmy was pretty much vouching for Melody. I'm sorry. So then Kimmy goes on to say, I also remember me and Tisha tried to talk to you, Destiny, and you completely ignored us, and you pretty much stayed in that mode and pretty much shut down. You were on shutdown, especially when Stormy came, and even more so after Melody came. All right. So then Destiny's cousin actually spoke up against Destiny. All right. Yeah, she spoke up against Destiny and said, okay, So you did feel away, okay, and it was going probably, and you probably did have it going on this long because of the previous encounter with Stormy. She said, but you were acting out of character. That's what the cousin that Destiny brought as her +1 to the peace party said to Destiny. And I was just like, Destiny kind of looked at her like, bitch, now, first of all, I done brought you as a +1 and I done brought you here to get you some good old food and you gonna come in here and talk against me? That's the look she gave her. But mind you, she was still raking that food in her mouth. And she was like, look, bitch, I'm gonna call you out, but I'm gonna still be over here eating these greens, macaroni, cheese, and chicken over here, all right? Yeah, we're not about to pass up this chance to be eating up on this food, but I am gonna go on and call you out because, girl, you was wrong. Okay, back to it. All right, so then everyone except Tisha held Destiny accountable, which you know her ass was not gonna do anyway, because she is a follower. Tisha is a follower versus a leader. All right. So Stormy says, this is a great step forward. It said, is it safe to say that you guys can be friends now and move forward? Melody then replies, Mel kind of looks like, bitch, no. That's giving no. It's giving no. All right. Melody says that it's crazy how we can't normalize how people can feel and respect that we can just be cordial and not best friends. Okay. That was Melody's response. All right. She said it's okay to move on from people. It's okay not to be friends. It's okay to cut people off and still do what you do. That's what Melody responded by saying. All right. Now, so the reaction to the other side of the table when Melody said what she said, Destiny kind of had a smirk the entire time that Melody was speaking, all right? Tisha was over there playing with her hair like a little schoolgirl, a disturbed schoolgirl, okay? Being messy per usual. All right, and then Tiffany, you know, she was kind of sitting over there with the raised eyebrow like she was in the Twilight Zone, which her ass stays there. I said, your ass should have stayed in Twilight Zone, okay? Because that's where you stay. You stay lost, girl, out there in the Twilight Zone. Okay. All right. So then Kimmy, she was just kind of sitting with a blank stare because, you know, all of the situation that she was kind of going through. All right. She was just kind of hurt. You could tell her mind was somewhere else with all the cattiness that was going on. She was there, but she wasn't there in a sense. All right. So then the cousin, the +1. All right. She's still raking the food in her mouth. She didn't really have no response. She ain't heard shit nobody else had to say, baby, because the greens, macaroni, and cheese, all that was just hitting. It was hitting where it needed to be hitting. So she wasn't giving a hot damn or a cold damn about what nobody else had to be saying in that moment. All right. So then Stormy, of course, was disappointed that everyone couldn't be friends. Why does she want everybody to be friends? Like, I get it that you having this peace party and you want everybody to make up and do what they do. But at the end of the day, everyone is not meant to be friends. Stop trying to make everybody be friends like you trying to be friends with everybody on the show. It's given desperate at this point. Are you that desperate for friends? I know they say it's lonely at the top, girl, but come on down some so that you can see some of your friends. Ain't no friends up there for you, obviously, Stormy. If you got to be trying to make everybody be friends. Ugh, moving on. Yes, honey. So then Meldon says, Destiny and I are cool where we are. And you guys should be too. Meaning y'all, hey, look, we cool where we are. Y'all stay out of it. I don't need y'all trying to jump in the middle, trying to make us be friends. Stay up out of it. All right. So then Melody and Destiny, they toast glasses. And the other women, they put their glasses up as well to toast. To say, okay, all right, damn. Y'all ain't gonna be friends. Cling. Moving on. So then Mel in her confessional says that Destiny can be mad at her, you know, and she's cool with that, just as long as she doesn't start any drama. And I agree. Be mad all you want to, girl. Keep all that, frown, do all this. Keep all that shit going. Just don't start no drama. All right, just don't start no drama. That's what Melody was saying. All right, so then Stormy gives all the ladies a big box of her Canvas beauty products in a big old huge black box, okay? And I said Destiny was so glad to finally get some of those products, okay? Even though she can't put them in her store because her store is closed. We already know you're going to go sell them, honey, online. You're going to probably be on Poshmark that night selling them the same place that you sold that damn 2K Gucci bag. That's what I was saying to myself. That's what me, she heard. That's what I was saying. That she is getting ready to sell those products online, honey, to get a good old bag off of it so she can go out here and live her best life. Like she did that 2K Gucci bag. No shade, girl, but shade. All right. So then everyone is preparing to leave the peace party. All right. So then Mel and Kimmy, of course, they walk out together. Upon them walking out, Melody asked Kimmy if she's okay. She said, you good, Kimmy? Are you good? Because she noticed that Kimmy was kind of there, like I said, but not there. She was kind of, her mind was somewhere else during this whole time. She kind of saw that something was bothering her. So she used that opportunity to kind of talk to Kimmy to see what was really going on with her, since it was just she and Kimmy standing outside. All right. So Kimmy, of course, said, you know, I'm okay. She kind of downplayed it a little bit. She said she's really not ready to talk about it right now, but when the time comes that she'll be ready to talk about it. So Melody was just pretty much giving her affirmation as to say, hey, look, whenever you're ready to talk about it, I'm here. I'm gonna be praying for you, whatever it is, and whenever you're ready, I'm here and I'm praying for you. So I was feeling that moment. I was feeling that moment. All right. So then they both do this long embrace. Melody kind of grabs her. You could tell it was very sincere. All right. And upon Melody grabbing her and hugging her, it brought something out of Kimmy. Okay, you know how you know when somebody's going through something and you kind of don't have to say any words, but just that emotion, that feeling, that warmth when you hug them, it just kind of takes some of that relief off them, and that is what was going on in this moment between Kimmy and Melody. All right, so like I said, they both do this long embrace to where Melody and Kimmy, they kind of hold each other, and it was for like a little while, and Kimmy breaks down and becomes very emotional. Okay, she becomes very emotional. She's very scared. She's very worried about, as you guys know, this cancer situation. All right. So Melody then gets misty-eyed and says, you know, we always lean on each other. Okay, this is what she is telling to Kimmy. All right. And then Kimmy says that she's just not ready to discuss what's wrong just yet. All right. She says that she had, and then my whole thing is she hadn't had her biopsy yet and she doesn't know what is really going on with her yet. She just knows the possibility of what it could be. She just does not have a concrete answer from her doctor yet for her to be talking to the girls and telling them, hey, this is what's going on with me. This is why I'm in this space, okay? Next scene is Tisha and Marceau on this fake indoor picnic, carpet picnic, if you will, at the juke joint. I call their house the juke joint because that's what it damn is, okay? Yes, they're sitting on the, Marceau, they're going to be sitting on the floor at the juke joint in their living room, all right? So Marceau says per his confessional, he says that he's, of course, and he's making a charcuterie. I can't say the word, y'all. Y'all know the board where they put the cheese and all that shit on there. All right, he says, contrary to belief, he said that he's really a romantic guy. He says the kids are gone and he doesn't know where the hell they are, but that's Tisha's job. Y'all know he always put the kids on Tisha. That's Tisha's job to know where the kids are. He don't know where the hell they are. He says, but that he and Tisha are going to be having a carpet picnic. All right, with cheese, wine, a charcuterie board, and pickled watermelons. I ain't never ate no shit like that, but to each his own. All right, so then, and I was just saying there's probably a leftover charcuterie board from the previous night before with him and Alonda. No shade. Y'all know who Alonda is. All right, but okay, boy, go off. All right, so then, like I said, I was thinking to myself, the kids are Tisha's jobs. Like, those are your kids as well. You should know where your damn kids are, regardless to Tisha being the homemaker. All right. And then the fact that he says that he's a romantic guy. And I said, yeah, you are a romantic guy with other women. Because we've never seen your ass be romantic with Tisha ever on the show. Like, never, ever. And did I say never? All right. So then the camera kind of pans upstairs. All right. And to where Tisha is kind of peeping behind the wall. You can tell she's in the bedroom, but she's kind of peeping behind the wall. And I was like, girl, this is just so fake. Like, bring your ass on downstairs. We already know that you know what's going on. Like, you already ruined the scene because you peeping up. Like, who is upstairs peeping, peeping out like this right here? Bring your silly ass on downstairs, okay? Marceau calls up for her, Tisha. So she comes downstairs, all right? Acting all surprised like she didn't know what was going on. She has on these little pajamas, like the little short silk-like pajama set with the, button-down shirt and the shorts to match. So she comes downstairs, and she's like, Martha, what you doing? And then it kind of put me in the mind of Celie, when she was with old Mister. When he was trying to be pushing up on her when he said, what you doing? Y'all remember that? That's how she sound in her Celie voice. She said, what's all this for, Martha? What's all this for? She was trying to act like she was so surprised. I was like, okay, girl. So, so then Marceau replied, he said, I want to be a better man for you. He says, I can be better, and I think that you're deserving of that. I said, bitch, goodbye. Like, stop. It sounds like something out of a Lifetime movie, okay? So then Tisha, of course, she didn't seem so thrilled because, like I said, she must have heard all of that before, All right. She then asked if it was anything to do with the couples retreat with Dr. Francis. Was he doing all of this because of the couples retreat with Dr. Francis? All right. So Marceau replies that whether you think something is wrong, he said, because I don't. Okay. He said, but I do want you to know that I do love you. He says that he feels that Dr. Francis was too aggressive towards them during the one-on-one therapy, and that he doesn't want to sit with him anymore. He says, but would rather have a different therapist if they're going to continue going. He says, and then he made Tisha swear and or promise that Dr. Francis, okay, was pretty much gone, and that he wasn't an option anymore in terms of them having therapy with him anymore. All right. Yeah. So of course Tisha agrees per usual. She agrees that, okay, Dr. Francis is out, we won't use him anymore. All right. So I was just like, Dr. Francis was pretty much exposing them, and Marceau did not like that, okay? He did not like that. And Dr. Francis was starting to expose some stuff and pull some stuff out of them, and Marceau was feeling that. So in an effort to say, okay, I don't want to go back to him anymore, I don't want to sit with him anymore, because I got some real shit in my closet that I don't want to come out. And Dr. Francis is about to expose me. So Tisha, I'm going to need you, because you already know that you let me cheat in peace. You let me cheat in peace. Now, in order to keep our secret under lock and key, I don't want to be going back to Dr. Francis. And I don't think that we should. Okay? So, like I said, Marceau, he does not like another man telling him about himself. All right? And be spot on. He don't like that. Okay? He has an issue with masculinity. All right? He don't want Tisha to correct him either. Y'all know that. Hence the reason that he uses he's depressed as an out for Tisha to drop issues whenever she brings them up with him. All right? Yeah. So then Tisha says per confessional that she can tell that the retreat was working because Marceau is listening. All right? And she says that she thinks that the best part of the retreat was getting to know the other couples, Tiffany and Lewis in particular. All right? And she thinks that their communication is also improving since the retreat. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, really, girl? Your mama must have drank a whole lot of lean when she carried you, baby, if you believe that. Miss Wanda must have drank a whole lot of lean, baby, when she was pregnant with you, if you believe that lie that you just said up out your mouth, Tisha May. Okay? So then Marceau, of course, he thinks that Dr. Francis thought that everything that he said was just wrong, wrong, wrong. All right? And Marceau also thinks that Dr. Francis is incredibly biased. And he thinks that Dr. Francis thinks all masculinity is toxic, and that's not someone that he wants counseling him. All right? That is what Marceau is saying. He also tells Tisha to get a new therapist if she wants him to be involved. All right? Tisha asks, well, what is the criteria of this new therapist that you want me to get, Marceau? All right? Marceau responds by saying that he wants her to find a therapist that is not biased. He says that I want a therapist where I can see that they are living the life and that they are advertising. He says, and make sure that they are open so that I can see their good and bad. He said that I don't want nobody who is perfect because perfection is always fake. That's what Marceau said. All right? Yeah. I said, ain't that some bullshit? I was like, so Marceau chose once again what he wanted. Not taking in consideration nothing about Tisha, because if the two of them are going to counseling together, why is he not choosing someone that the both of them can agree on versus what he requires? Okay? Yeah. Versus what he requires. Okay? What is important to... He's not thinking about what's more important to her and him, all right? Since the both of them are going to therapy, like I said. So he made a list of things that was hard because he knows that Tisha will not find anyone of that caliber, because he doesn't want to change or go to therapy to expose his secrets and or demons and change. Okay? I said it's typical narcissistic asshole controlling behavior. This carpet picnic was a setup to further get his way versus making it about him and his wife. Okay? What was romantic about this entire situation? Nothing. How many times did he hug her during this situation? If he wanted to show her some love, if this was supposed to be a date night, they were not flirty, not one time. How many times did you feed her? How many times did you toast your drink and say, hey, to me and you, this is what we're going to do going forward? How many times did you show her any affection during that time for your carpet picnic? Okay. He sat there making demands, making Tisha feel helpless once again, per usual. All right. Now, so Tisha, she gets frustrated with this entire situation, and she changes the subject to inform Marceau that she's having a period party for the girls. All right. Marceau, of course, he looks uninterested, like, a period party. All right. And then he asks Tisha, do I have to be there? Do I have to be there? All right. He said, that's your thing. I'd just rather not be there. That's what he told Tisha. Okay. Because, he don't support anything that she likes to do. So then Tisha says, no, you don't need to be there, that we want the girls to feel free and comfortable discussing stuff. It says that Tisha, and then Tisha says that, Marceau has girls. Martell has girls. All right. So he may want to know how to handle these things as well, since the girls, are with him 1 week on, 1 week off. Says that Destiny's dad was pretty much her primary parent growing up, and that Destiny's dad used to buy her personals for her growing up because her mom was never there. That's what Tisha was saying. So that confirms what all the YouTubers have been saying in terms of Destiny not having her mother there, and why she continues to act the way she does, because she didn't really have that motherly love. Her father raised her. Her father was there, and her father made sure that she had what she needed. So that is why Destiny have problems with women, because she did not have that motherly dynamic in her life. And Tisha confirmed that in this particular scene. Okay. So then Tisha says, if something happens to me, said that you will need to know what to do, Marceau. He won't try to hear that shit at all. So then Marceau replied that he would just get remarried right away, because that's a woman's job. That's what he told Tisha, that if something happened to her, he would just get married right away. Okay. Tisha said that dad should know these things because, of course, like I said, about the whole about Martell having daughters, and about the whole Destiny situation about her dad being there and being the primary parent. So then Marceau then cuts Tisha off and says that he said, I got a wife. Why I need to be there for a period party and try to teach my daughters anything about, about anything about a period and going to get pads or anything like that. Like, I don't need to do that. I got a wife. That's what you here for. That's what he was saying to her in so many words. All right. So Tisha, annoyingly, she kind of turns her head and she was just like, Jesus Christ, Marceau. Like, okay. She just, you could tell it was really getting to her. It was kind of pissing her off. She was just like, Jesus Christ. All right, all right. So then Marceau, of course, he says that if anything happened to you, Tisha, he said, I'd be married again in 2 weeks. That's what he told her. Okay, and I was like, yeah, because you keep a few side chicks on standby and waiting, all right? Okay, because of course you will, Marceau. Of course you'll be married in 2 weeks, all right? Probably to Alonda's ass. Quiet as kept. All right, so then Tisha says, anything happened to you, Marceau, I'm going to stay single and enjoy this insurance check. Shade. I was like, why does Tisha always be bringing up money anytime they talk about something happening to Marceau? Something happened to Marceau. She always talk about a check, honey. She going to live her best life. She going to cash out, and she going to live this good life if something happens to him. That just kind of makes you wonder, girl, like, ugh. Is it all about the money? Like, what is it, girl? So then Marceau says, and don't be out there being a thought either. He said, because there's already rumors out there, and I'll come back and be having to haunt the hell out of you. That's what he told Tisha. All right. So then Tisha kind of laughs it off, and he was just not laughing. Like, he was being like serious about that. Okay. But I was just like, all right, Marceau, the joke really is on you, sir. All right. The joke is really on you, because you really are the thought in this situation. All right. You're the one talking about remarrying someone in 2 weeks. Okay, if Tisha is up out of here. All right, so next scene, let's move on. Maurice and Kimmy, all right. They are in the car on their way to the doctor. This was the longest scene. I feel like they could have kind of cut this scene. They were in the car too damn long. I was just like, Jesus, where are they going? You guys are in Huntsville. It looked like they were driving from Huntsville to Atlanta. They were driving, okay? Kimmy is nervous. Maurice was asking Kimmy if he could go into the room with her. They are on their way to take Kimmy to get her biopsy done to see if in fact she does have cancer. Okay, she's going to get her biopsy done. As you guys know, she found 2 lumps, one in the one in her arm and one up here across her chest. So she found 2 lumps. She's going to get biopsies in both of those to see if any of those are cancerous. So Maurice, he kind of jokingly says, now, Kimmy, if you're fine, when we go to the doctor? Or are you going to go home and cook dinner? And I said, this bitch, really? This girl is sitting here. You can visibly see that she is nervous. She has a lot going on in her mind. She's on her way to the doctor to see if this is going to be a life-changing moment for her. And the only thing that your ass can think about is she going to go home and cook dinner? Yo, how about your meatball head go in there and make some dinner? Sitting over there looking like a damn... Ooh, don't get me started, y'all. When he said that just kind of pissed me off a little bit. Sitting over there looking like a Ninja Turtle in a church shirt with a tie on. Like, why are you asking this woman if she gonna cook some dinner for you when she's already visibly sitting there looking like she wants to break down and cry, like she's about to lose it? She's scared as hell. She's going to see what her demise is. She's going to see what the doctor is going to say, if she has cancer or not. She's already been crying day after day leading up to this moment, and she's driving it. That's like the longest damn drive to the doctor. And the only thing you can say out of your mouth is, if you find out and go to the doctor and find out that you don't have cancer, or you gonna go home and cook dinner. Bitch, how about you go somewhere and pick up some dinner and caress your wife and hug her and show her some love and attention right now, because she's feeling away. She's seeing her life flash before her. She has a son who she is scared to be leaving behind if this situation is in fact fatal for her. And the only thing your meatball ass is thinking about is, can she go cook? Moving on, y'all. Let me get off him. I said he's such an asshole, just like his brother, Marceau. All right. So then Kimmy kind of looks at Maurice like, boy, bye. I'm not cooking nothing. Okay. All right. So, of course, they arrive at the doctor. Kimmy asked Maurice to pray before they actually go in, because she want to kind of set the tone. She's already nervous. And Maurice prays. And I was just like, damn, he sounded like he'd been to church a few times. All right. Yeah. The prayer that he gave sounded like he'd been to church a few times. I was like, okay, who knew? Who knew that any of their asses knew anything about the Lord? But yeah, next scene. Next scene. So they pray she go in and get her biopsy done. All right, next scene. Next scene. All right, Destiny is at her photo shoot for her song On 10, which is, I always say On 1, but her song is called On 10. She's at her photo shoot for On 10, looking like Big Bird standing up there from Sesame Street and any other damn street with this yellow knee-high dress on with feathers falling all over the damn place on set. Okay, looking a hot damn mess. Funky fresh, looking a hot damn mess. That's how she was looking up there on set. All right. So, of course, as you guys may know, Destiny called Melody to meet her at the photo shoot. And, of course, Melody obliges and she comes there and meets her. All right. Upon Destiny seeing Melody walk in, her eyes became this big, as they always are anyway. But she stretched them just a little bit wider to show us that she was indeed happy to see Melody walk through the door. All right. Now, Destiny was posing. She was standing up there doing her poses, looking a hot damn mess per usual. Mel comes over and speaks. They surprisingly start kikiing like everything was all good between the two of them. Mel is giving Destiny pointers as to how to, turn into different, lighting and how to put her leg out, and kind of telling her what to do. Because, she's had training like that in, New York Fashion Week and whatnot. So, so she can get better angles and telling her, how to smile. And Destiny is she's taking the coaching from Mel, and she's listening, which is very surprising because, her ass stay getting an attitude. But I was just like, yeah, she was so damn happy for Melody to show up. This was probably the happiest day of her entire life this season because Melody was there. Okay, despite all of this frowning up and BS that she's been doing in terms of Melody, she was so damn happy to see Melody walk in that door, you guys. Like, she was looking like her ass, like Melody was literally walking up in there with another $6,000. That's how her ass was looking when Melody walked in there. Because she was cheesing, baby, from ear to ear. Okay, when she saw Mel walk in the door. All right, so then Destiny kind of comments on Melody's butt and says, oh, it look like your butt getting bigger, girl, So Destiny then asked Mel, do she look like Big Bird in her yellow dress? All right, and this is when Mel was doing a little bit too much capping for me, because I was like, look, I need you to go on and tell her the truth, because the viewers and everybody else is sitting here watching this girl look just like Big Bird standing up here on set now. I need you to be honest with her, Melody. I know you're trying to be nice and whatnot, but girl, I'm going to need you to keep it 1,000. All right. So Mel was like, it's okay. Said, I had to wear a bright yellow dress once too. Mind you, she never said no, that you don't look like Big Bird. All right. So then they do a flashback of Melody's yellow dress that she wore, which the dress was damn flawless. And I was like, girl. All right. So then Mel, of course, like I said, that was a whole cap for you, Mel. Mel, if you watch my show, girl, you was capping, right? All right. Moving on. So then they have a confessional with Destiny, all right, where production asked Destiny how she felt about Melody being there. And Destiny says, honestly, I don't know. So, bitch, you go from this to I don't know. What the hell was that? That was giving bipolar vibes. Because how do you go from when she saw Mel come in, this was her. So then when production asked her, how do you feel about Melody being there? It's, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her being here. Like, really, Destiny? Okay. Go back, girl. Go somewhere. Go somewhere. Go somewhere. All right, so then Destiny responds that she called her because she was nervous about Melody driving in the dark because she can't see at night real good. Okay, that's the reason she said that she actually called Melody, okay, up in the first place, because Melody, honey, was driving home that night from the peace party, and she was so concerned that Melody, honey, could not see at night. So she called her to make sure that she was okay, and in the middle of calling her to see if she was okay, honey, she asked her if she could meet her the next day at her photo shoot. See how she squeezed that in there? You don't like a handout though, but you want her to come over there and support you and be there for you at this photo shoot. Okay, you didn't really call her to see how she was doing, because how many nights did Melody drive home, honey, from anywhere else that she was driving home from while your ass was mad and looking like you eating a whole bag of lemons mad? You ain't call her no other time to ask her, was she okay? Did she get home okay? But this particular night when you see her, now you want to call her to make sure that she got home okay. Okay, girl. All right, Destiny. Okay. We'll go with that, girl. We will go with that. So then Mel responds, yeah, girl. You know that's true. Yeah, you know, I can't really see at night. Like, yeah, Millie's just kind of following into whatever Destiny's saying, for peace sake. All right. So they kind of fell back. It's so weird that they kind of fell back into the old chit-chat and friendly way that they used to be when they were friends. It was kind of odd seeing that, the way Destiny's been acting towards her. All right. So then Destiny was happy, like I said, just to be one-on-one with Mel. She was happy to have that moment with just her and Mel, with just she and Mel, okay? All right, so then Destiny thanked Mel for coming and supporting her at the photo shoot, all right? So Melody says that she intended to post her self in the video where she was in her car, she was in her G-Wagon, and she was playing Destiny's song in her G-Wagon, the On 10 song, missing, you know, she was vibing out, you know, I'm on 10, yes, I'm on 10, y'all know the song. So Mel did a video, she was videoing herself while she was doing that, okay, but she was going to post it to kind of say that she was promoting and or in favor of the song, that she liked the song or whatever. But when they had the falling out at Madonna, she chose not to do that. She said, because we're not in a good space, so no, I'm not going to post a song, which that was a, you know, bad thing for you, Destiny, because by Melanie promoting the song for you, that probably could have helped you out, okay? But you kind of stopped your own bag when you acted an ass at Madonna. Yes, you did, girl. You stopped your own bag, honey. Which, you know, that raggedy song could have blew up with Melody pushing and supporting it. But once again, Destiny, like I said, girl, yes. Congratulations. You stopped your own bag once again. All right. So Melody says to Destiny that she thought that she and Destiny could have talked at Madonna, okay? But she quickly realized that it wasn't the right time after Destiny gave her the stank eye and came for her so aggressively. That's really why Mel said she wanted to come there, was to talk to Destiny and kind of iron things out, because she didn't want to be in such a horrible place. And she was going to also talk to Miss Wanda after the fact. Okay, but Destiny kind of gave her the cold shoulder whenever she came in. So Destiny was just like, you know what, maybe this is just not the right time for me to try to talk to her, because she's already looking at me like, how did you get here and why the hell are you here? Okay. All right. So then Destiny says, what did you think when I didn't speak? All right. So then Mel says, I felt that you didn't want to be bothered, which that was the look Destiny was giving. So then they show Destiny in a confessional where she says that she should expect from others what she expects from herself. More shade. So 1 minute you're trying to be cordial, the next you're throwing shade. Okay, Destiny. All right. And I was just saying that it's so weird that you can tell Mel, okay, and Destiny missed each other and their friendship, but neither one of them were willing to call a truce, okay? Neither one of them were willing to call a truce. Neither one of them were willing to bend. Neither one of them were willing to say, okay, let's let this go and let's kumbaya. And of course, Melody, of course, she kind of stood her ground And she stood firm on the fact that she just did not want to be friends and that she was just cool being in the space that she was and just being cordial, okay? All right, so she stood very firm on that, and I applaud her on that. Like, she wasn't being fake. So then Mel brings up that Destiny called her a manipulator, all right? Yeah. So then Destiny says, I never called you that. And thankful for production again, rolling that beautiful beam footage, honey. And they showed where Destiny actually called Melody a master manipulator. So they have caught Destiny in not one but two lies already in this episode. All right. So after Destiny was caught lying, she then flips it and says to Melody, says, well, you said that I lied about such and such and such. She want to go on anyway. It's the whole you said this and then you said that. All right. So then Mel said, if we were talking about this discussion, then yeah, I probably did say that because you did lie. Because you did lie. And we just found that out. All right. So then Mel says that she had a business project for Destiny prior, but pulled out of the project and told her business manager that Destiny needed to talk to her before working with her. All right. And Mel was just like, yeah, no, you're not about to be eating and or earning off me and getting a bag off me after acting greasy and lying and talking about me behind my back. Okay. And that's why Destiny was so mad at Melody. And that's why Melody stopped the bag after she acted crazy and dishonest towards her. So Destiny wanted to be out here acting greasy, but then got mad at Melody when she pulled a job that she was going to do, a business opportunity for Destiny, and did not allow her to continue to have this business opportunity. She was mad at Melody for that. And I don't blame Melody. You're not going to eat off me and use me for clout and then dog me out. And I applaud Melody. Okay. So the Melody responds. She says, I'm at peace with what happened last year. She said, listen, we're not friends anymore. And I'm cool with that. All right. So then Destiny says, are you really cool with that? She says, you don't miss me, Mel. That's what Destiny says to Melody. And I told y'all that Destiny misses the friendship. This is why she's been lashing out and acting the way that she's been acting. So then Mel says with a blank face, like, I just want to be cordial. She says, if I see you out, we can speak if we're in the same space. I'm not trying to be leaving or anything, and you don't have to leave. We can still be in the same space and be cool. It doesn't have to be that serious. Nobody has to be mad at each other and frowning up each other and rolling their eyes. If you see me, you can speak to me. Hell, I even come over and speak to you, but I'm not looking for a friendship from you anymore. All right? I was just like, ooh, Destiny, girl. So then Destiny says to Mel, you love me, don't you? And I'm like, here go this bipolar mess popping out again. Like, God, she just told you no. That she just do not see it for you, but you're not getting it. Like, what part of the hell or the no are you not getting? Is it the hell or the no? Like, which one is it, girl? Which one is it? So then production ran a flashback, okay, which I was like, yeah. I had to pull the violin out on the ass. Yeah. Production pulls out a flashback to where Mel and Destiny were actually friends and in a good space, okay? Yeah, they show several scenes of them hanging out. They were laughing when they were in Vegas riding on the go-karts. When Destiny was at Melody's house, she was holding Sugar Mama when Sugar Mama was a baby. Just them hanging out when they were in a great space and not beefing. All right. And I was just like, oh, okay. Now, so then Destiny realizes that things between she and Mel are really over. Okay. So this meetup, of course, was officially, like I said, was closure between the two of them. So Melody actually met up with Destiny in terms of having closure and not having a friendship with her. But I think Destiny thought that she could, in some type of way persuade Melody to say, okay, let's just be friends again. Let's put all this mess behind us and be friends again. But Melody was not there for that. And she stood firm on that. All right. So Melody was telling Destiny that I'm going places in my life. And this is me. This is my commentary. Melody was pretty much telling Destiny that I am going places in my life that you just cannot go, Destiny. All right. I don't hate you, but I just can't take you with me where I'm going. It's just not meant for us to be friends anymore. And that's the way it has to be. We talked about it yesterday in my life. You have to sometimes detach yourself from people. Not because you're mad with them. Not because you don't, not because you hate them. But certain people just could not go where you're going. Melody is going different places in her life where she had to also cut Martell off. And she also has to cut Destiny off because her attitude and the snakiness about her will try to cut her off from certain blessings that God kind of has prepared for her in the future. So just, and I don't know who that's for. That's to anybody. That's to anybody. If you're going places in life, you got to cut people. You got to give them the scissors. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, they going to be mad at you, you know, but hey, at the end of the day, you're going places that certain people cannot go with you in your life. All right, moving on. So Mel, of course, you could tell that it kind of hurt her to officially cut things off with Destiny. She was kind of fighting back the tears. You could tell she was fighting back. You could tell when Melody looks like she's getting ready to cry. She kind of has this look about her where she kind of parts her lips together real tight so that you don't see her lips trembling, you know. And she was just like you could tell it was bubbling up in her, but she held it back. She held it back, and she did not break. You know, she went there understanding the assignment of what she was there for. She said, "Hey, I'm not coming here to be friends. I'm coming here to give closure and let this woman know. Listen, we can't be friends anymore. You know, I see it for you as you know, someone if we see each other out in public, but friends, no." And so she fought back the tears. She did not cry, and I applaud her for that. Because then Destiny would have saw that as a weakness to try to come back in there, honey, and yeah, try to pitch that friendship mode again. And I was just like, no, girl. So then Destiny says, this is the end of Mel and Des. That's what Destiny says. It says that we've been through traumatic things and times together. You know, we went through divorces together. We went through situations with our kids together. Like, you know, this is really the end of me and you, Mel. Like, she was just like, one more time, going once, going twice. Is this the end of me and you? And Melody, she stuck with her guns. She stuck with her guns and was like, yeah, you know, I don't want to leave, bitch, but I got to go right now. That's what she was on. I don't want to leave, but I got to go right now. That's what she was on. All right, so next scene. Moving on. So Tisha's at her period party event, all right? They have lots of young girls there. They also have a speaker there as well, all right? They're discussing the experiences that they're having in terms of having a period, about to have a period, when they're going to have it. Y'all know how it goes if you're a woman. When Maurice and Kimmy actually shows up to the event. Now, mind you, this is an all-female event, but they went there to, I guess that maybe they thought that Marceau was there, but which he was not there. It was all women there. Tisha made it very clear that she wanted it to be all women so that the girls could feel comfortable talking about personal things. All right, so Marceau, he decided to stay back, thank God. So Tisha goes outside. I think Kimmy or somebody called her to let them know that she was outside, that they were outside. Tisha comes out to meet them and talk to them. She greets Maurice because he walks up first. All right, Kimmy later walks up after Maurice. All right, so then Tisha notices that something is just off and something is wrong with Kimmy, and she asks her, "What's up? Like, Kimmy, what's up? What's going on? What's going on with you, girl?" All right. So Tisha says that there's no reason for Maurice to be here. Hold on. Yeah, for be here. She said that there's no reason for Maurice to be here because she says that it's a girls' event and that she hopes that there's nothing wrong with Marceau. So she didn't know the reason for them pulling up. So she thought that something might have been wrong with Marceau, which is why the both of them were coming, because they were kind of looking like something was wrong. So then Maurice responds by saying, no, he's fine. Says that we're here because we want to tell you something. We have some bad news. So Tisha, she's kind of looking like, bad news? Like, what is it? Says that we wanted to tell you and Marceau together, but he's not here. So we'll go ahead and let you know. All right. So then Tisha looks concerned, like, let me know what? Like, what is going on? So this time she's kind of antsy, like, all right, y'all spill it already. So Marceau and Kimmy, they say to Tisha, you know, like, okay, it's really bad news. Tisha says, okay, what's wrong? So then Kimmy says, last week I found a lump in my breast. All right, and she's pointing at it. And then she says that she found another lump. All right, so she has two. Says that she had to have a biopsy done, and she found out just most recently that it is indeed cancer. Okay. Yeah, she said that it is indeed cancer. She was very sad. You could tell she was very shook up about it. Put the camera on Tisha. She's processing it, and she starts crying. All right. Tisha starts crying, and she says, oh, no. She says, no. You know, she's like, no, Kimmy, no. Like, no. Okay, then she grabs Kimmy and she embraces her, all right? And then Kimmy just breaks down on Tisha, all right? She just starts crying. She just breaks down. And Tisha's just holding her. The two of them are crying. You could tell Tisha was trying to hold it back. She didn't want to mess up her makeup. But she was just like, you know what? This is a moment. Like, damn it, I don't care. Like, I'm crying. You could tell to see the tears coming down, baby. Black tears. Maybelline was just rolling down her face, baby. The both of them were crying. Like, she just forgot the cameras were there and they just went all in. You could tell that was a serious moment. That was not a fake moment. They were crying. So then Tisha says, while embracing Kimmy, she says, I'm going to be there for you no matter what. She says, whatever you need, I'm here. She says, I mean it. Do you hear me, Kimmy? I mean it. I'm going to be here. So then Kimmy says that she found it early so that she can get ahead of it. Okay. And of course, Kimmy, after they kind of, stop crying, they kind of get over that a little bit. Kimmy says, here, I brought a gift for your daughter. It's a little pink furry little purse, like where you could put like little pads and little personals in it. She wanted to give it to her daughter, but she didn't want to go in because you could visibly tell that the both of them were still like crying and in a negative, well, not negative space, but they were crying and they were still kind of hurt by the news that Kimmy just relayed to Tisha. All of them started to embrace, like Maurice, he even threw his arm around Tisha as well as Kimmy to all, kind of come together and hug. Tisha was very happy to see that Kimmy still brought a little gift to give to her daughter. To put a little, it's a cute little purse. And Kimmy was saying, this is for your daughter. This is, so people won't know that she has little personals. She could put her little personals in it. She said, and I already put like some little pads in there. She said, I think that she'll really like this little purse. All right. So then Kimmy and Maurice, after that particular situation, they go ahead and leave. Of course, Tisha is still noticeably emotional. And she's trying to pull it all together when she goes back into the period party. And you could tell that she's just like still like trying to fight back the tears, but she's trying to kind of put herself in another mental space so that she can be there in support for what the event is about. All right. And she's looking like very spaced out and hurt, like she just can't kind of pull it together. And then of course the episode ends there. Okay. Yeah, it was a pretty good episode. It was very emotional. Very emotional. Like I said, this is the episode where Kimmy actually came out and announced that she does indeed have cancer. Okay. Yeah, I think she said it was stage 3. And there are videos online that I did see where she was actually cutting her hair off. I think she's going through some type of chemo or whatever. So they are doing whatever they need to do to be there for Kimmy. I do not like the way Maurice is being a little misogynistic in this situation. Like, you really have to handle this situation with care. Stage 2, I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Stage 2. Stage 2 cancer. But yeah, I really wish that Maurice would not use certain situations to be trying to joke when Kimmy is really feeling a certain type of way, and he would be a little bit more supportive. All right. He's very narcissistic. His brothers are the same way. I don't think that he has a gentle bone in his body, even though he tries to, and it really annoys Kimmy. She does not need to be annoyed and aggravated in that moment because she's already having to deal with very personal situations. This woman, she is scared. He needs to be there to reassure her. Okay. But that's pretty much my review of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 5 episode, I think 9 or 10, episode 10. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It says, thank you. Love your commentary. You said you feel like you saw the episode. I try to give you guys, all the little everything that kind of goes with the episode so that you can feel like you were there and watched it. Okay. So hope you guys enjoyed it. It says, Kimmy, have Jalen on the deed of your house. Well, it was just said that Kimmy did put Maurice on there, so that might be a fight to death. I don't know with that situation. Kimmy put Maurice on her house. I get it. They are married. But I don't know how that's going to work unless she's changed something in her, will since then. I don't know. But from my understanding that she recently put Maurice on the deed of her house. Okay. So I don't know. Her son actually does have his own house, but I mean, that's his mother. If something happens to where she just does not make it through this situation, God forbid, I hope that she does make it through this. Hopefully she has her affairs and stuff in order to where her only son, which is Jalen, is taken care of and has everything that he deserves, and that Maurice doesn't act a total asshole and try to keep him from getting what he deserves. But we will see what happens. Prayers for Kimmy. Prayers for Kimmy. And prayers for Kimmy. That's a very hard thing. I've lost family members to cancer, so I know how it feels whenever I saw that. I'm not a crier. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know why I'm not a crier. It was an emotional moment, like I was watching it, and I could feel like I could feel my chest kind of getting tight, but I didn't cry. A lot of people said they watched it and it was very emotional, but I've had family members that passed from cancer. One of my very, very close aunts, who has the same birthday as me, July 31st. We both have the same birthday. Her name is Shirley. My name is, Caramel Rell. We're not gonna put our real name out there, but our names are very similar. And that was very near and dear. Now that did kind of make me break down. I did break down from that situation, but I'm typically not a crier. But prayers for Kimmy, through this situation, and I'm glad that she was able to catch this situation early, because Lord have mercy. Okay, so thank you guys for joining this live. We will be back with Car Chronicles tomorrow, okay? I may be able to pop in a little bit later if I have time. I am working from home just slightly today on a few things. Thank you, said you read well. Thank you so much. Because I do have a few things that I wanted to go live about. I may save it for Car Chronicles, but we'll see. All right? Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, moderators, for doing such a splendid job. Thank you to any content creators if you're in the building. Thank you to all of my subscribers. If you did not like the video, please go ahead and do that. We have 280 in the building. If you can go ahead and get the likes up just a little bit more. If you did not hit the like button on your way out, please, on the way in, please hit the like button on your way out, okay? Thank you so much. Yes, a Leo trait. Y'all can tell. Can y'all not tell I'm a Leo? I am a Leo, honey. Yes, I am a Leo. She said, I didn't cry. Tandra J said she didn't cry. I felt my chest getting very tight, but I didn't cry. And it's not to say that, you know, crying is such a bad thing. I'm just not an emotional person like that. But to each his own. Again, thank you guys for joining. All right, and goodbye.